What appeared to be a contusion was noted to the left upper arm. Multiple small red dots and what appeared to be a small contusion was noted to the right upper arm.
If Kim ever tried to get with somebody, Puff would interfere with them or with her trying to be with them.
Diddy's son, Christian Combs, is speaking out about his father's involvement in Kim Porter's death. With the release of her autopsy report, new details about the last 24 hours of Kim's life are coming to light. Questions are being raised about the bruises found on her body and who took her laptop and phone after her death, sparking further intrigue into the circumstances surrounding her passing.
From LAPD North Hollywood Division called Case Lawn at the LA County Department of Medical Examiner Coroner to report this apparent natural death. It was reported that the decedent was found unresponsive bed by family members, that's how it's written. 911 was dialed and death was determined at the scene. There was no known medical history other than recent cold flu-like symptoms for the past few days. An in-house physician prescribed antibiotics and IV fluids. There was no known history of their alcohol use. PMD Michael Fardam. And then up here it says Farzam. So I don't know if that's her like doctor that came to her home. I'm not sure. I was assigned this field call by Lieutenant Smith on the 15th of November 2018 at approximately 13:16 hours. I arrived on scene at approximately 14:10 hours and departed from the scene at approximately 16:33 hours. Foul play is not suspected.
Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, is denying claims about the mobile's involvement in Kim Porter's life and death. Meanwhile, a controversial memoir titled Kim's Lost Words has surfaced on Amazon, claiming Diddy used Kim as a bargaining chip, allegedly pimping her out to his friends. The book also alleges that if Kim refused Diddy, he would physically abuse her, similar to accusations made against him by his ex-girlfriend Cassie. These explosive allegations are raising new questions about Diddy's behavior.
Kim's Lost Words. It's currently a bestseller on Amazon, and it's filled with explosive claims that her 2018 death was due to foul play. Passages are filled with details of physical abuse, sexual coercion, and other acts of violence Combs allegedly committed against Kim. Now, their 4 kids are speaking out, denouncing it as lies. Quote, claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. The book, riddled with typos and written by a man using a pseudonym, contains alleged first-hand diaries and notes from Kim talking about Diddy, including, quote, out of nowhere, he hit me with a chair. I don't remember anything after that until I woke up in a hospital room. My arm was in a cast. As I came to, the first face I saw was of the man that put me here.
When I lost Kim, it broke my heart forever.
Is a house really a home when your loved ones is gone?
Diddy's lawyer calls the alleged memoir fake and offensive. It also marks the first time Quincy, Christian, and the twins, Jesse and Delilah, have spoken out since their father's arrest, saying, quote, the cause of her death has long been established. There was no foul play. According to the autopsy report, Kim died of natural causes from lobar pneumonia, which is an infection of the lungs.
Sources close to Diddy have long been aware of his behavior and what he allegedly did to Kim Porter. Details surrounding Kim's death have always been shrouded in mystery, leaving fans questioning how she could suddenly die from pneumonia. Just a week before her death, Kim was seen by some of the best doctors in the country, yet her autopsy report noted no significant issues. How did she go from being perfectly fine to dying from pneumonia so quickly? Something about her sudden death doesn't add up.
A small amount of blood was noted as issuing from the right near. A small amount of white frothy sputum was also noted issuing from the mouth. Oh, she had foam coming out of the mouth? What appeared to be a contusion was noted to the left upper arm. Multiple small red dots and what appeared to be a small contusion was noted to the right upper arm. What appeared to be small contusions were also noted to the bilateral posterior upper legs. Piercings were noted to the bilateral ears, implants were noted to the bilateral breasts, a vertical line of discoloration was noted extending from the upper abdomen to the groin region, the back was unremarkable, no other scars, marks, or apparent signs of trauma were noted. Rigor was noted to be a 3 throughout the body, lividity was fixed and appeared to be consistent with the decedent's position upon my arrival. Identification. Decedent was positively identified as Kimberly Antoinette Porter. Next of kin, they notified the son and other family members. Decedent was not married. I spoke with Detective Patike at the scene and he confirmed this information. Organ tissue procurement was not addressed with the family. And autopsy notification, it says no exam notification.
Several people who worked with Diddy have come forward, exposing disturbing details about his treatment of Kim Porter. They claim Diddy cheated on Kim and that she wanted to leave him. Allegations have surfaced from Jen Deal and Jonathan A., Diddy's purported sex slave, who revealed that Diddy allegedly allowed other men to have sex with Kim in exchange for business favors, painting a troubling picture of their relationship.
Pillow fights and that smothering her with the pillows and all that, like he playing with her. I know she was tired.
Yeah, he also told Rolling Stone that Diddy, he's a jealous person that don't know what love is.
He knows that, bro. Kim couldn't have nobody, bro. Kim couldn't have nobody. You understand what I'm saying, bro? Diddy could do whatever, Puff could do whatever he wanted to do, Brother Love could do whoever he wanted to be. If Kim ever tried to get with somebody, Puff would interfere with them or with her trying to be with them. He wasn't letting that happen. Unless he was bringing them to the picture. That's what he used Kim for, bro. He wanted to make a deal with somebody. He'll get another girl and a guy that he's trying to make a deal with, and them and Kim and them, they all party together, man. He used Kim for that shit, bro.
Wow, so he used Kim for that?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You don't do that to somebody you're supposed to love, man.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay.
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
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 Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay?
Alright.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate, tell me what to do to Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Troubling allegations against Diddy continue, with Jen Deal claiming she witnessed multiple instances of abuse. She reportedly saw bruises on Kim Porter several times and even heard Diddy beating her. In one instance, Deal was standing outside the door while Diddy and Kim were inside, and when Kim emerged, her body was reportedly covered in bruises.
And then sometimes when Kim lived on 70 and something street, and I would go upstairs with Diddy, you could hear the in the hallway. And I would just shake my head when he come out or whatever, and Kim would be in the house. And it's always about where she was at or who she was dealing with. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna see you physically put your hands on nobody. I don't give a who you are, or I'm not gonna see you physically put your hands on her. You understand? That's not gonna be me. You know, first of all, I can't. What he say, if he wrong, he do something wrong around me, I'ma straighten his ass out. Especially if he do something wrong to a woman. I'm not doing that. That got on his knees one time when we was in the club, and I think Kamara ran out when he said some profanity to her. I think we was in Envy's. No, we was in Envy's. No, we wasn't in Envy's. Was it Envy's or UG? We was at one club, and he had said some fly. I said, yo, that's Russell Simmons' wife. But if her security ain't gonna do a mother thing, he just cursed her. But that's a whole nother story at a whole nother time.
Crazy, man. So you could hear Diddy putting hands on Kim Porter.
Well, see, he always do, like I told you, he be doing that. He'll start off, he'll have something on his mind, and he'll like that play fight with them. You understand? And he'll be hurting them when they to the point where they'll be like, yo, stop. You know what I'm saying? But you know, they got the room is locked. You don't hear none of that. And then, you know, Kim will walk out in her white robe, and you can see it in her face. But what are you gonna do?
Allegedly, even Kim Porter's father was aware of what Diddy was doing to his daughter, but chose not to intervene. Those closest to Kim, including her family and associates, are being accused of failing to protect her, leaving her vulnerable and allowing the abuse to continue unchecked.
And the other dude, and they switch up, they do their thing, they do, you know, they do their rock and roll lifestyle, bro.
So he was using her for sexual activity, like orgies and, you know, threesomes and stuff like that.
Yeah. With other girls, other guys, yeah.
Also, Kim Porter's dad said that Kim loved Diddy, but they couldn't stay under the same roof together.
Yeah, because there was only certain things that she was going to accept. And like I said, they lived that rock and roll lifestyle. If they're gonna do it together, they're gonna do it together. You're not gonna go out and sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Sally, and Sue. And that's what he was doing. She accepted the fact if we partying like this together, it's okay. But for you to go out and do it yourself, nah, I'm not accepting that. So that's why she had her own house, she had her own apartment, he had his own.
After Kim Porter's death, Diddy began portraying himself as the person who loved her most. However, this is the same man accused of abusing her during their relationship, beating his wife whenever he could. His public displays of affection seem at odds with his alleged past actions.
Definitely going to celebrate, you know, all the mothers. We're not going to get in the way of that. But, you know, honestly, anybody that's lost a mother, lost a soulmate, it takes time. It takes time, you know. I don't, you know, they say time heals all wounds. When it comes to your mother or mothers, I don't think that's the case. You know, I mean, I think we have the strongest beings. Like, if it comes to like the category of who's the strongest being on the face of the earth, it would have to be black mothers. I don't think anybody can ever understand how hard it is to be, you know, to be a black mother.
It's like Puffy, when it comes to Kim Porter, it seems like when she was alive, he was probably taking her for granted. And after she passed away, he had a regret, like, man, when she was alive, I should have, you know, been in a full committed relationship with her. It seems like he got a lot of regret when it comes to Kim Porter. That's what it seems to me. He's living with a lot of regret.
Bro, come on, stop the man. He got you fooled too, huh? Kim know all his deepest secrets. Kim knew why he was using the butt plug. Kim probably told all that in her book. You understand? That up and got missing the day she died. You understand what I'm saying? See, I can say that because I used to see them in action with other couples and other people. You understand what I'm saying? I was told to watch the door. Kim knew all his deepest secrets, bro.
You trying to say that Puffy and Kim Porter was swinging?
Oh, no doubt. No diggity doubt. From this tree to that tree.
Hospital records reportedly show evidence of Kim Porter being abused during her relationship with Diddy. Both Diddy and Kim ended up in the hospital after an incident in which Kim allegedly used a corkscrew to defend herself while Diddy attacked her. Diddy, injured in the altercation, went to the hospital with John Deal. They were reportedly together with Kim at St. Luke's Hospital. To add to the mystery, when Kim's body was discovered, her personal electronics, including her laptop and phone, were missing. These unsettling details continue to raise questions about the circumstances surrounding her death.
How is it that there was no electronic products or gadgets around Kim's bed? Her laptop missing, her cell phone's missing. Everything is missing that she could get in touch with her little girls if they not at home or her friends or family. All that's missing. How is it that, and this is her say, that the detectives did not even view the body in the bed where she died at. That the coroner and them had already removed her, pronounced her dead, and told the detectives them that it was no foul play. And if that is true, as I've heard it, and we've read certain things on the internet about it, that case needs to be reopened. We know that Kim, and it's in the this is in the documentation, shout out the paperwork, at the paperwork part. I gotta shout him out, man, because he looked in the paperwork and it said Kim received a massage for about an hour when she's supposed to have full-blown pneumonia. Who gives somebody a massage when they got pneumonia? And do we know whether she used that baby oil or not for that massage? It makes you say, that's a big one, man. You gotta understand, man, that it's a lot of stuff that has been happening. Now, some people even said that her casket was ordered 2 months before she died. I don't believe that, man. I swear. I'm not no conspiracy theorist or none of that.
I need to know, do you think that Diddy killed Kim Porter?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because of all the videotapes, because of the book, because of all the people she gave copies of her book to, or at least chapters, because of everything that she had on him, because of the tape that she used to blackmail him into a relationship and into a raise of him being sodomized by Andre Harrell. And I am not saying that allegedly, because I heard her and Kim Moore talking about it in the booth of the bathroom while snorting coke at the Kit Kat Club.
Further sons are reportedly trying to prevent her last memoir from being published, fearing that if Diddy faces consequences, they could lose their wealth. Allegedly, they are more concerned with maintaining their financial status than honoring their mother's voice, showing little regard for her message. Their actions have sparked backlash, with many criticizing them for prioritizing money over their mother's legacy and truth.
Here is the other thing with Mr. Burgess. He apparently says he owns the rights to a book that was reportedly based on the alleged memoir of Kim Porter. In fact, according to TMZ, Burgess' phone was seized by the feds, and on it was a copy of a flash drive with material that was used in this book. Here's the problem. Christian and Quincy Combs, these are the sons of Diddy and Kim Porter. Quincy's actually adopted by Diddy. But they are reportedly fighting back, and they have sent Burgess a cease and desist letter to prevent the further sale of this book. They argue this is just an attempt to capitalize on Porter's fame and that they own the rights to her IP, her intellectual property, like her diary entries, her potential manuscript. As her heirs, they own it. And they also want an accounting of current sales of the book. To be clear, though, they aren't acknowledging that there is, in fact, a long-lost memoir from their mother. In fact, they've actually denied that before when there was a similar book, a derivative work, we'll talk about that, published by this guy named Chris Todd on Amazon. They were adamantly fighting against that. They said that their mother wouldn't write this. But what they're basically saying is if something should exist, they own it.
Diddy is reportedly attempting to have footage of him allegedly beating Cassie removed from the upcoming trial. His legal team claims CNN purchased the only known copy of the surveillance video and edited it. However, CNN has rejected these claims, standing by their version of events and the integrity of the footage in question.
Let's talk about the showdown in the courtroom over the bombshell video allegedly showing Sean Diddy Combs beating his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura.
Now, Diddy's lawyers are arguing to exclude the footage from the rapper's upcoming sex trial. Legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer joins us now with more on what this could mean for the high-profile case. So good to have you. Okay, so they want this video left out. What's their argument for this?
So, Mark Agnifilo, Sean Combs' attorney, is arguing that, you probably hear this phrase, this is not a true and accurate representation of what the video depicts. He's saying a number of arguments that the CNN had taken this video and sped it up, they kind of chopped it up into this montage, and it's not accurate. He's also making the allegation that the original video no longer exists, and so because this isn't accurate, the jury shouldn't see it, and according to Diddy's attorneys, because the original doesn't exist or it's been tampered with, no video such as this should be presented to the jury.
So what does CNN say about these claims?
So CNN has come out and said, we did not alter it. We did not change anything. And in fact, they're saying that they do have the original as well. So on multiple levels, Sean Combs' argument kind of falls flat, because if it is sped up, and I think there is some degree of it's being sped up, if the original still exists, that can still be used as evidence against Sean Combs, not necessarily to the allegations of sexual RICO conspiracy or the transportational purpose of prostitution, but to show that this is a force that was used to keep victim number one, who we believe to be Cassie in this video, under his control for the purpose of and this RICO conspiracy.
Interestingly, this isn't the only footage of Diddy allegedly abusing women. Courtney Burgess, a longtime friend of Kim Porter, claims to possess an unedited copy of Kim's memoir, along with 8 freak-off tapes and 11 flash drives, potentially holding further evidence of Diddy's alleged abusive behavior.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appeared
they
to be.
were. Right.
Sure.
Appeared to
Let
be.
me rephrase
right.
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it of what they was doing.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3, possibly 3.
Diddy had every room taped and bugged. Diddy had, can you imagine? He had every room taped and bugged, and they found little bugs and little tape recorders. I mean, little those micro projectors or whatever like that, or video cameras. They found them in the house, bro. So by them having those things in the house, and people know there's alcohol, there's loose women, there's loose men, woman on woman, man on man, all kind of crazy shit. Bruh, they just wondering who or when they're gonna let this stuff be known. If it's on videotape.
Yeah, man, I know they gotta be shook, man, after finding out he was recording everything.
But not only celebrities, I don't think it's only celebrities gonna be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there. He also had a couple of preachers in there. Hallelujah. That's crazy.
You personally, you think they got tapes?
Well, my personal opinion that if Lil Rob could be trusted and his statements are true, they got him. They got tapes and stuff.
Diddy isn't the only one facing potential legal consequences if the footage is released. Both of his sons are involved in separate cases and were photographed at Diddy's alleged freak-off parties. Additionally, 26-year-old Grace Omar has filed a sexual assault lawsuit against Diddy's son, Christian Combs. Grace claims that Christian groped and sexually harassed her at one of Diddy's yacht parties, adding another layer of scandal to the family's troubled legal battles.
Attorney Tyrone Blackburn, the man already representing Rodney Jones, filed a civil complaint on behalf of his client, Grace Omarkey. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing her last name, but I believe it is Omarkey. Grace Omarkey in Los Angeles Superior Court, accusing 26-year-old Christian Combs of her and sexually assaulting her in December of 2022 when she was working in a charter boat in St. Martin. So according to the lawsuit, Markey says that she had been working as a steward, providing food and drinks on that yacht for a 12-hour period, and she was 25 years old at the time. She believed that the trip would be a, quote, wholesome family excursion, but says it, quote, turned into a hedonistic environment, even describing rampant use amongst sex workers and celebrities who came on board. She believes that the alcohol on the yacht had been laced with drugs because she says women would have one drink and then almost immediately pass out or start falling over. This is, by the way, something that it was also alleged in Jones's lawsuit, that Combs would spike the drinks of different people. But focusing on Christian Combs, Markey says that Christian Combs had been staying at a villa on the shore, but that he would come onto the yacht in the evening to party. And on December 28, 2022, Christian reportedly arrived very intoxicated and then proceeded to pressure Omarkey to take shots of tequila. She did. Christian allegedly tried to get her to drink more in the yacht's makeshift studio. Omarkey alleges that Christian kissed her neck, kissed her face, as he groped her legs, breasts, and private areas.
Everyone close to Diddy seems to share his troubling behavior, as evidenced by the lawsuits against his sons. The saying "the apple doesn't fall far from the tree" rings true, with the actions of Diddy's sons proving they may be just as problematic as their father. Their involvement in inappropriate behavior, especially while having minor sisters, is deeply disturbing and horrifying.
And sometimes others sexually assault them. There are also allegations that Diddy forced these victims to have sex with prostitutes as he touched himself. He called these situations freak-offs, and oftentimes he recorded them. Here's where some of the allegations against his son Justin Combs come in. So all this takes us back to February, when Rodney Jones, also known as the producer Lil Rod, filed civil suit against Diddy. In his lengthy lawsuit, Lil Rod straight name drops Justin Combs, describing him as someone who solicits prostitutes, underage girls, and sex workers. There's actually a picture of Justin Combs with an allegedly underage girl shown in the lawsuit. Now, in this specific instance, Lil Rod alleges at least one underage girl came to Diddy's home for a listening party. A sex worker was also apparently solicited, and a freak-off ensued. As an aside, this is the same night that Lil Rod alleges Diddy forced him to take a laced shot. He started to feel lightheaded and then woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, naked next to a sex worker. It's important to note Justin Combs is listed as a defendant on this case because, according to Lil Rod, he facilitated Diddy's alleged RICO enterprise and at times participated.
Reportedly involved in a shooting incident with Lil Rod, and a person named G. Lil Rod alleges that Diddy and his son, Justin, were involved in the shooting and instructed him to lie to the police. He claims they told him to say the shooting was a drive-by attack outside the studio.
According to court documents, it happened on September 12, 2022, outside Diddy's Chalice Studios. Lil Rod says Diddy, his son Justin, and Justin's friend who went by G were all there when things got heated. Lil Rod says he heard multiple gunshots ring out and later found G on the bathroom floor in the fetal position. Lil Rod says he was bleeding out of his hip and leg area. Lil Rod says he was applying pressure to G's wounds and then asked the crowd to call an ambulance. At that point, both Diddy and Justin Combs disappeared to another part of the studio. Diddy then gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. So that specific allegation involves Diddy's son Justin, but another allegation and entirely separate civil lawsuit involves his other son, Christian, or King Combs. Grace Omarkey alleges that Christian Combs sexually assaulted her on a yacht in December 2022, and she says it was facilitated by—
As the final pieces of this shocking story emerge, one thing is clear: nothing about Kim Porter's last 24 hours is adding up. With Diddy's son, Christian Combs, stepping forward and explosive new details surfacing, we're left with more questions than answers. Why did Kim Porter suffer unexplained injuries? Who silenced the evidence by taking her laptop and phone? And just how deep does this cover-up go? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more.